You're here. I literally discovered you yesterday. These are all the notes that I've taken from today and the videos that I watched yesterday. And then I went on your Facebook page and you were right going to be here. And I said, oh my gosh, I must have just brought this.
I must have been in the receptive mode.
Yes.
I must have been in the receptive mode.
Yes. So I'm so grateful.
Yes.
And thank you everyone who's been up here.
She's grateful.
I'm appreciative. I'm shaking, and I thank everyone who had the courage to come up here, and those who, everyone here today, thank you for teaching.
There's no courage involved.
Well, I'm shaking right now.
Courage is very different from enthusiasm. Courage is very different than passion. Courage is overcoming something, and the thing you're trying to overcome is still stuck in your vibrational craw.
Okay.
We know you're new. We'll be easier.
Thank you. Yeah, I can't believe that yesterday I was just like, okay, let's just get to the point.
Yeah. Your time is up. We've enjoyed this interaction.
I'll hurry up. Yeah, I'm here. I'm just going to try to focus. I study pranic healing and law of attraction and things like that, and I'm religious as well. I recently went through a breakup. That's been hard. I was dating someone for 4 years, and 2 months ago we broke up. And the thing is, I know you can't attract someone back because you can't control what they do. You can't control their world.
Because you can't control their world doesn't mean that you can't attract them back. But believing that you need to control their world will keep you from getting what you want.
Right.
Because you don't believe that you can control someone else, and you really can't. You can only control your own vibration. But power of influence is from aligning with source. In other words, when we say there is a leverage in alignment, which means there's a leverage in happiness, which means there's a leverage in clarity. When one is connected to who you really are, you're more powerful than millions who are not. Yeah. There's true power of influence. So when you think about things that are people who are out in the world who are attractive, the reason that they are attractive is because their energy is not split by trying to satisfy the opinions of so many others. And so what you want to do is come into full alignment with what you want, spend as little time as possible in pushing against what you don't want, and in that clarity, what you want must come to you. And it will either come in the face of the one who went away or in the face of someone else. Okay. But through the experience that you've lived, you are in a stronger, clearer place of asking, and asking really for more than you asked for when you first attracted that relationship to begin with.
Yes. That's a big part of it, because I felt that was the truth, that, right, you can't control someone else's destiny or bring someone back in, but I feel the reasoning is very close to alignment, the reason I want this person.
Let us show you what happens in most relationships. So here you are, and let's say you want this set of things. And here's the other, and let's say the other wants this set of things. And let's say that some of them are the same, and some of them don't seem quite the same. So what happens with most people is you look over there at the things that you don't agree with. So your vibration isn't clear. So you're not one of those who's connected to source energy, so you don't have the power of that leverage. And the other is looking at what you want that he doesn't want, and so doing the same thing, not in alignment either. So here you are, two people, neither one tapped in or tuned in or turned on to what they really want, both blaming the other for not being in the place that they want to be. So that's why you have to leave the person that you want out of the equation in order to get the person you want. Because your awareness of who they're being, if it's not in harmony with what you think you want, keeps you out of alignment, when there is huge potential of experiencing what you want if you just stop focusing upon the aspects that aren't what you want.
So don't focus on the negative parts of the relationship.
Yeah, because you get what you think about.
Right.
And don't hold somebody else responsible for how the relationship is going. We're certain that most of you believe that if they'd just be different, they'd be perfect. If they'd just be different, then everything would be fine. But no one came into this experience to give you what you need for your world to be perfect. In the same way that when we say you came into this environment of enormous diversity, in order to choose the perfect life that you want to live. We want you to understand that every person that you are co-creating with is like a microcosm of that. They have so much diversity so that you can create what you want from your exposure to the experience with that. But most humans don't get that. You need to stop doing that and stop doing that and do more of that and stop doing that and stop doing that and do more of that. And that isn't what you came into this environment for. You came to focus and align with what you want, and law of attraction will bring you more and more of that until eventually it will bring you only that.
So in knowing that, when you have something like a broken heart, which is just, I'm trying to get happy. And there are times I do, but then social media, and I'm so drawn for momentum to go to his page.
When your heart is broken, the sensation of a broken heart means you are in complete opposition to the source within you and what the source within you knows. Your heart is not broken. You are experiencing what it feels like to be looking in exact opposition of what you want.
What do you mean?
We mean that you want the relationship. You want the relationship to work. You want the relationship to be wonderful. But you've accepted that it's gone, that it's not coming back, that you can't have it. So you are focused in such opposition to what you want and such opposition to what your inner being knows to be true that you feel as if your heart is broken. That's so dramatic and so not true. Your heart isn't broken. You're just in this moment focused in opposition to what you want. Cut it out.
Yes, ma'am.
We're giving you a crash course in all of this, but we want you to understand you get what you think about. And it is certain that a lot of what you were thinking about was worrying about whether this was going to be ongoing, worrying about whether it was going to last. In other words,
yeah, it's silly stuff. It was more of a realization that it was right after it ended.
Well, what we would encourage you to focus on just a little bit is that nothing is ended. Nothing is ever done. You can't get it wrong and you never get it done, and you can't get it wrong and you never get it done. You can't get it wrong and you never get it done. And the reason that you can't get it wrong is because it's never done. So you stand in a new place with a whole lot more information within you, with a whole lot more resolve within you, with a whole lot strong intentions within you. And when you think back about how you came together, how did you come together? We're not asking for the specific details, but we want you to think about, were you groveling in the depths of despair and feeling the absence of anything, and then some stranger dragged into the room and you said, oh, live with me so that I don't have to be lonely anymore? Was it like that? Or were you flying high and in your place of alignment, you met up with someone and you were feeling good?
Yeah, it was more that.
It was way more that. It was way more that. The other came later. Your initial coming together is the strongest indicator of the compatibility. And your initial coming together showed you enormous compatibility. It's so interesting to watch you. You come together, you meet someone, and you're tuned in, and through the path of least resistance, you're inspired to be at this place at this time, and the rendezvous happens, and you can feel the exhilaration of it as it opens, as you get to witness the manifestation of what's been going on in your vibrational reality. In other words, it's a wonderful thing. And then you say, tell me about yourself. And as you start facing the reality of where you have been before you were in that place where you rendezvoused, that's what starts sort of messing up the vibration, and that's where your incompatibility starts. In other words, we're going to tell you a story. And it's going to feel off the subject to you, but it isn't. And the reason we're choosing a subject that is off the subject seeming to you is because it'll be more likely for you to listen to it without saying, no, that's not me. So just hear this story. So a man is talking to us, and he and his family have a house that they want to sell. And they've been wanting to sell it for a long time. It's been on the market for a long time. And hardly anyone is looking, and certainly no one is making an offer on the house. So we said to him, why do you want to sell your house? And then he said, well, we've outgrown it. Our kids are bigger. They want more space for themselves. The house is sort of wearing out. It doesn't look as good as it once looked. The landscaping is really fading. It needs a lot of work. The place just isn't what it once was, and we just want something better. And we said, so here's the advertisement that you are sending vibrationally to the universe. Come and buy this dump we no longer want to live in.